Okay. All right. Football Religion. Episode 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third episode of Football Religion. And like I said, I'm still learning how to do this. So please be patient with me. We are still under construction. You see, we're trying to get the thing right behind here for the backdrop and stuff, which is a big New York Giants blanket that was made by my homegirl. All is on, no doubt. And okay, so the topics today that we are going to touch upon are well, first let's get to the news, and then we're going to touch upon tackling, the fundamental of tackling. We're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to talk about the running quarterback history and all, and we'll have some fun. So we're gonna wait for a few more people to come in, and we're gonna make this happen. So let's get to the news right away. Let's get that out the way and get the news popping because we need that. So, all right. So the big thing coming out of the news today is that running back. Let me make sure I say his name right. Ramondre Stevenson was signed to a 4-year, $36 million contract extension for the Patriots. So the Patriots have been making some moves in the offseason. Jaden Daniels is fitting in comfortably with the Commanders. Now, I'm going to say this, and I hope everybody that's out there is listening. Anthony Richardson. Now, Anthony Richardson is a quarterback out of where was he from? Out of Tennessee, at Tennessee Volunteers, and he was drafted last year by the Indianapolis Colts, and he was amazing. He was amazing to watch in college, and I was happy to see him, transition over to the NFL. He played some last year. He got hurt, which pretty much ended his season. But he is on point now, and they are having a super mini camp going on with Indy right now. Let me tell you something. For those, I don't know how many of you, hopefully, when we start getting this really, really going, I don't know how many of you have the NFL Network, but if you don't have the NFL Network, get the NFL Network on your package. And there's different shows during the week before the season starts that shows them working out and, getting ready for the season and running plays and, different things like that. And, because I'm a football dude, I'm interested. But let me tell you, watching Anthony Richardson, man, he's coming along very nicely. So I'm poised to see what the Indianapolis Colts do this season in the AFC South. I'm looking forward to it. What else we got here? Right. So the thing with the Patriots. Okay, so the Patriots, we all know they drafted Drake May out of UNC. Local boy done good, because I live down here in North Carolina, so I get to see him play regularly. Tony Yayo, what up? How are you? Glad to have you. We doing Football Religion, baby. So Drake May, like I said, I live here in North Carolina. So Drake May came out of UNC, University of North Carolina, out here in Durham. And he was taken by the Patriots, and everybody wants him to start. You know what I'm saying? Now they have a new coach, and my man Jared Mayo, who is also a defensive player for the Patriots during their iconic run to be the dynasty that they were with Tom Brady. And he is not a head coach because Belichick is gone. And everybody wants Drake May to start. Personally, me, if you are a new quarterback coming out of college, you know what I'm saying? I think you should sit on the bench. And that being said, that's why I think Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers quarterback, is an amazing talent because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a long period of time. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. He sat behind Brett Favre for a long period of time and it had time to become successful, had time to come out and show your skill because you've learned your offense, you've learned your defense, you've learned defenses, you've learned different schemes and packages. And now that you can come along and show that. I don't like putting a rookie on the field in their first season, unless, of course, you're a generational talent. And the only person that I've seen that was able to do that formidably was Michael Vick. So that's just my opinion. If you're a fan of a team without a quarterback that's good right now, and then you get someone out of college that you think can just jump on the field and make it happen, okay, great. But I in most instances, and I'll say 75% of the time, the quarterback that they just drafted is not field ready to just come onto the damn scene and rock out. It just doesn't happen that way. But like I said, that's how the Patriots want to run things. But so in saying that, so they want to start Drake May, but they just re-signed Jacoby Brissett. Now, if you know who Jacoby Brissett was the backup quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo, during the years of Tom Brady. So a lot of people thought that either Jimmy Garoppolo or Jacoby Brissett were the heir apparent to come in and take over as head quarterback, lead quarterback, first string quarterback for the Patriots after Tom Brady left. But remember, they traded away Jacoby Brissett. They traded away Jimmy G. Jimmy G did well at some other spots. Jacoby Brissett, he's never been a first string quarterback per se, but he's been a mainstay. But now they brought him back. He knows the offense. He knows the stadium. He knows the team. So I would think that they would start Jacoby Brissett. If he doesn't work out, then okay, you want to throw Drake May out there, then do that. But hey, it's what it is. The Chargers. The Chargers, not really nothing that's even important. Okay. Oh, now coming out of Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence says that this year is the best year that he's ever seen his team since he's been signed to the Jaguars, and they are predicting, the team themselves and Trevor Lawrence are predicting that they are really going to actually do something this season. And remember, they're in the AFC South. It's a soft division. You got the Jaguars. You got who we got? We got the Jaguars, the Texans, the Titans, and the Colts. That whole division is a little soft. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, the Texans still, after their dominant play last year, are the team to beat. And I'm interested to see what goes on. The Titans did a lot of rebuilding. I mean, they brought in a lot of players, even though they lost a lot, because Derrick Henry went to Baltimore. So that's going to be an interesting of what's going on. But the Jaguars feel that they can make it that they can be a problem for that division. You beat that division. Okay, we'll see what happens. The Saints signed a cornerback by the name of Mac McCain. and then they made a few cuts. Nothing major. The Packers claimed kicker James Turner off of waivers. I don't know where James Turner came from. I didn't have anything about him. He's a 23-year-old kid. He out of Louisville. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty accurate. I don't know where he came from, though. I'm not getting any news on that. Oh, Tony Yayo, you a Baltimore fan? Okay, and Town Mama, you a Packers fan? All right. Yo, I said this before. Baltimore, as far as I'm concerned, today is the favorite to win the Super Bowl, hands down. I can't see anybody that can beat them. I mean, the Steelers could give them a run. The Bengals could give them a run. I have to see what the Browns look like for your division alone. But other than that, I don't see anybody that can beat the Ravens this year. Shit, just think about the run option with Lamar handing off or not handing off to Derrick Henry and just decide where they want to go. It's crazy. My personal thing would be to see Derrick Henry play defense for a couple of downs. That's just me. I'm a defensive man, and I think that would be really funny to me. So, I'm just saying. What else we got here? Let's see. Let's see. Anything important? Nope. Oh, for anybody that wants to go to London to go see the Chicago Bears play in London, their tickets just went up for sale about an hour ago, actually. So if you're interested in doing that, please jump down and go see your people. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, Denzel Mims signed to the Jaguars. Okay, that's good to know. Nothing else really. So, okay. So then that's the news out the way. Ain't nothing really big going on. It's off season. I'm just doing this, try to get my feet wet. Like I told you, we're going to make this, we're going to get this professional. We're going to get it right by the time the season starts. I promise you that. But I want to talk about the NFC East. Now, in the NFC East, for those that don't know, you got your Eagles, the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Washington Commanders. So, the Cowboys, and this is hilarious. As far as the Cowboys are concerned,
Daniel Jones is the truth.
Daniel Jones is the truth. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let that ride. All right, so check this out. So Dallas Cowboys, especially you Dallas Cowboys fans. Now, normally I'm going to be all over the Dallas Cowboys because I don't like them. I am a Giants fan. I have a problem with you and everybody else in my division. But I'm going to be professional about this. So I have some questions. And one of them being, what are you doing? You didn't do any off-season moves at all. This must be your make or break season, as well as what are you going to do next year? And the reason I say this is because listen to this list of people whose contracts end this year with the Dallas Cowboys. So you got Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, Trey Lance, Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Stephon Gilmore, Neville Gallimore, CD Lamb, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Michael Gallup. That's your whole team. That's basically most of your superstars that are all done with unless they are given an extension, contract extensions, you're done. They're done. And what are you going to do? Is it going to be a rebuilding year in 2025? Are you going to make this a make it or break it run for the Super Bowl this year? Because I hate to tell you, I don't see you getting past a few teams in the league just and on the NFC side. So I don't see you getting past the Lions. That game last year was a fluke. It was crazy. That game, what was that, Thursday night game between the Lions and Dallas Cowboys? That was crazy with the or the 2-point conversions that kept going back and forth. That was crazy. It was a good game. It was crazy, and the Dallas Cowboys ended up winning that game. But the refs will do what refs do. I don't see you getting past the Lions. I don't see you really getting past the Packers. The Packers are a good team. I don't know about the Buccaneers either. The Buccaneers are an old team. They're an older team. They're they know what to do. They know how to play. They know how to win their division. So on that alone, great. But I don't know if you could personally get past them because in retrospect, you Dallas Cowboys are kind of old too. Y'all ain't young. Y'all ain't spring chickens. How many? If anybody knows, put in the put in the chat about how many years has Dak been a Cowboy. He's been around a little minute, Uh, the Seahawks are under new management. You know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen with them? The Arizona Cardinals have a resurgence. They got everybody healthy, back, ready to go. I don't know what the NFC can really go to anybody. You know what I mean? The Eagles, I don't know. The Eagles, the truth. Not only that, the Washington Commanders, they just got a Heisman Trophy winner as their quarterback. But again, what did I say at the beginning of this? I don't believe in rookies starting on NFL teams. The Washington Commanders have no choice, so they gave away everybody. They traded away Taylor Haneke, and their other backups that they had are in other spots. So I don't know how good the reigning Heisman Trophy winner is going to do in Washington again inside the NFC East, one of the toughest divisions in football. So I don't know. But let me talk about that AFC, man. The AFC is crazy because you got the Bills. In the East, you got the Bills. You got the Dolphins. In the North, you got the Ravens, the Browns, the Steelers, and the Bengals. That whole division is packed. You got in the South, the Texans, which was a surprise to everybody last year, that a rookie quarterback came out and did damage. And that was amazing to see. The Jaguars say they're ready to go. The Titans just got new players, and I can't tell you anything about the Titans yet. I got to do a little bit more research with them because most of the team is new. I believe the head coach is new as well. So I have to check them out. The Colts, like I said, they got Anthony Richardson back. I don't know what's going to happen with them. The Chiefs, of course, are the Chiefs, the reigning champions. They do what they do. The Raiders, they let me down every year, so I don't know what the Raiders are going to do. But the Chargers, they're under new management as well. They under the Harbaugh name now. So let's see what happens. I do like their quarterback. I do like how they run the ball as well. Their defense is pretty okay. I mean, of course, they've never won a Super Bowl, so I'm interested to see what the Chargers do. And the Broncos. The Broncos are under new management, new quarterback. Again, I hope they don't throw a rookie on the field, but who knows? We're going to see what happens. But this is going to be a very, very interesting season. You really couldn't pick anybody. Now, of course, you ask a Chiefs fan today, and they'll tell you Chiefs are going to take it away, and as always. But I think people are starting to figure the Chiefs out. The only difference is that the Chiefs play in December and January in Kansas City. It's too cold to survive there. So unless you're a cold weather team and you can stand that, that's the deal. That's my thing with the Dolphins. That's what I'm saying about the Dolphins. The Dolphins, even though they have all that talent, the only way the Dolphins can do any damage in the postseason is that they have to get home field advantage. They have to be able to play in Miami because there's no team in the AFC that they can contend with because everybody plays outside, and you playing outside in Denver or Kansas City or Pittsburgh, Cleveland, all of those teams outside, the Ravens, the Bills up there in Buffalo, the Jets. Oh my God. and please stop sending me shit about the damn Jets. I coming from Queens, I got nothing but love for the Jets. I do. New York teams, I love my New York teams. I love them all. But here's my problem with the Jets. They seem to be a team that's a glutton for punishment. They want to be, good and all that. So they go out and spend all this money on a a 40-year-old quarterback. And of course, what happens? He doesn't even show up for fucking practice. So I mean, I'm so over the Jets. I'm just so over them, and but the teams that I'm looking forward to watching for this season, I am curious to see what the Vikings do. I'm curious to see what the Atlanta Falcons do this year. Now that they have the quarterback that they quote unquote wanted, plus they went out and got Michael Penix, which was he was awesome in college playing for the Washington Huskies. So I am looking forward to seeing what the Atlanta Falcons do. The Saints have been quiet for a while, so I don't know what's really going on down there. But like I said, as we start getting closer to the season, I'll have more answers for you on these teams. San Francisco has been dominant for the last 3 years, with their new resurgent with my man Brock Purdy. Now that man's the truth, Mr. Irrelevant. I love watching him play. I love watching his intensity. I love watching him win, and me being a Giants fan, I don't normally get to win every week, but it must be awesome to watch your team win and at least get places. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know my team is not going to win a Super Bowl. Not yet, at least. But damn, at least win some games. At least let me feel good on a Sunday. So I'm looking forward to seeing these teams in action this year. The Carolina Panthers were horrible last year. And I live in North Carolina, so it's sad to watch. It's sad to see. You're stuck to watch it every week. But I'm curious, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Carolina Panthers do this year. Also the Bears. The Bears, they got the number 1 draft pick out of USC. I'm not gonna say no names. The guy that likes to paint his nails, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we're going to see what happens with him and the Bears. I'm curious to see what the Steelers do. And they got Russell Wilson over there. You got a coach that has not had a losing season in 15 entire seasons. I am really curious to see what he does with Russell Wilson as his head quarterback, as his lead quarterback over there. But like I said, the Ravens are going to be fun to watch this year. They're going to be fun to watch. The Bengals, they didn't make the playoffs last year. Joe Burrow is back. He's not hurt. The team is healthy. The only loss that they did have in the offseason was Joe Mixon. But they still have their core of their players. So I'm going to enjoy watching them. I'm not mentioning the Giants just because I'm not mentioning them. We got one bright star in Malik Neighbors out of LSU. Cool, great. I hope we do something with my team this year. It would be nice. The Eagles. Okay. I don't know about the Eagles either because they lost their heart and soul in Kelsey, their center. He retired last year. Same like the Rams, Aaron Donald retired, so you lost your heart and soul. So I'm curious to see what the Eagles do. They still have most of their players. Only person that of any notice that I saw leave was their center in Kelsey. Excuse me. Washington. Yeah, like I said, I'm not feeling rookies starting, and I don't know. I don't think. First of all, let's get that out the way. I don't think the kid that they just got out of LSU, the Heisman Trophy winner from Washington, the quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I don't know how he pulled off the Heisman, first of all, because the Heisman I saw going, so I didn't pick him to win the Heisman. You had Penix, you had J.J. McCarthy, Drake May, uh, even Shador Sanders. You know what I mean? You had a lot of quarterbacks that were amazing last year in college, and Jaden Daniels. It's so funny. I mean, because like I said, where I'm at here in North Carolina, I see the ACC, I see the Big Ten, and I see the SEC on a regular basis. So I see LSU play maybe 3-4 times a season, and every game I saw him play, it wasn't really, I wasn't impressed. Not to the point where I'm like, oh, this man should get a Heisman. It was I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. But apparently, the committee that does the voting for the Heisman, they really were taken aback by this young man. And I'm not going to knock him. You got the hardware, but I mean, we can go back and talk about a few Heisman Trophy winners that went on to the NFL that were total busts. And maybe it's my bias because they're in my division and I don't like the Washington Commanders. I lived in Washington for like 20 years and I really don't like Washington's football team. But in being professional about this, I still don't think that they're going to do anything major because I don't think Jaden McDaniels is real. I don't think he's real. I think he's a flash in the pan. Even if he is good, his first season, I don't see them dominating that division, and I don't see them taking over everything to run the division. I just don't see it. Yes, I haven't gone over the schedule yet for most of it, but we're going to get to that as we get closer because we are still in June. So we still got time to go. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sitting here and I got the baseball game on with a tribute to the Negro Leagues. So let me just say, first and foremost, rest in peace to what's his name? Willie Mays, one of the greatest or the greatest to ever do it in the game of baseball. And baseball was my first sport before I got into football. But Willie Mays, I got to see a lot of his old film, old documentaries and stuff. And I don't know if we'll ever see another one like him. So I just wanted to say that too. Shout out to the MLB. They did a really good thing in honoring the Negro Leagues. I will say that. Normally they get it wrong, but this time they got it right. So I'm gonna make sure I give their props on that. Okay, so yeah, defense. Let's talk about it. All right, so now I was a defensive end. I played defense in high school. I went to St. Agnes out in Uniondale, Long Island, and that was where I played. Last time I played football, and organized. I didn't get to play in college, but I played defensive end, and I had an awesome defensive coach. And my defensive coach used to say, if a man can't run, you know what I'm saying, you get their legs and you wrap them up, and that's what you do when you are trying to. That's what you do when you're trying to stop someone. You wrap up their legs and you put them on the ground. You don't have to go for the head or the big hit because, first of all, just hitting somebody is not going to bring them down. In lots of cases, an experienced, good running back will bounce up off you and then keep going down the field for another 15, 20 yards. So you have got to get low, put your shoulder in their gut, Put your arms around their legs and wrap them up and put them on the ground. That's the correct way to tackle. Someone like Derrick Henry coming at you. Yo, this man's a truck. The man is a train coming at you. Somebody like Jerome Bettis, that's a train coming at you. You can't stop a train head on. You definitely can't, especially if they're a low runner with that type of mass and build. You're talking about trying to bring down 250, 275, 300-pound running back. That's like a halfback, like a Mike Allstott. Only way you can stop anyone like that is by their legs, because once you stop their legs, then they can't run. And that is the whole point of a running back, is to use their legs. So you have to get down and tackle. And one of the things that really upsets me about watching the NFL now is the lack of the fundamentals in tackling. Oh my God. How many times do you watch the game where it was a simple play? All you had to do was stop them to get to the, so we can punt the ball. And no, you let the fool run past you because you want to try to do a high tackle. And what does he do? Jig you out your socks, and then you stuck. It's terrible. I need people within the sound of my voice to go and learn the fundamentals of tackling, because the whole point of defense is to stop the other team from scoring, to stop the other team from getting a first down or any advancement. There's no reason that anybody, especially a quarterback, should be able to run down the field for more than 3 yards, if at any time. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Now, of course, the offense is going to do what the offense is going to do, but please, not that way. I'm not losing to a team that way because you couldn't wrap this dude up and get your legs and tackle somebody. That's what this game is about. Now, but these kids want to try to put a hurting on you, try to put their heads in somebody's gut and all of that, when meanwhile you jamming your own neck into your body. You don't want that problem, and you definitely don't want the future back problems that come with it. I promise you that. But you have got to learn how to tackle, wrap them up, and tackle. That's the only way you can do it. The only way. It's just some pet peeve that bothers me. So in talking about running, I got to looking at some of these youngins that were coming into the league, quarterbacks, and I started thinking about running quarterbacks, and from in my life, I go back a couple of years. The first running quarterback that I personally remember that I was able to watch and I was impressed with was Randall Cunningham. He played for the Eagles. Tall black man, and he also looked like he couldn't take a hit. I mean, he was thin for a football player. But that man, he could run, and he had the heart of an animal. He would run. So then in looking at him, I started saying, okay, let's go back and look at some running quarterbacks. And I found some interesting ones. So I got a dude named Tobin Rote. And he was a quarterback from 1950 to 1966 for the Green Bay Packers. And he led the league in rushing for 3 straight seasons, yo. That's crazy. And then the second one, running quarterback, was Greg Landry, and he was the quarterback for Detroit from 1968 to 1984. And he was one of the first quarterbacks to throw for 2,000 yards in a season and run for 500 yards. That's incredible. Like, that must have just been, like, he must not have passed the ball when you start thinking about it. And back in the 60s, early 70s, they was a running team, And then I saw someone named Steve Grogan. Steve Grogan was a quarterback for the New England Patriots from 1975 to 1980. And of course, you had Roger Staubach, which they call Roger the Dodger, and he was a running quarterback, and he was there in Dallas from '69 to '79, and of course, he won Super Bowls. John Elway was a running quarterback. Steve Young, can't forget Donovan McNabb and Steve McNair, rest in peace. But then you want to go back a little bit before him. So Fran Tarkenton, yeah, like that man was a running quarterback. Like he was that good for the Vikings, man. And Warren Moon, who played for Houston, the Houston Oilers, before they became the Tennessee Titans. Anyway, and then of course, you start moving into the future. And you had Russell Wilson, who won in, let's see, he was in 3 Super Bowls, lost 2. Yeah, I think that's right, because he has a ring. Michael Vick, of course, and one of the people that slept on was Dante Culpepper, who played for the Vikings. I really enjoyed watching him play, and he wasn't a small, like he was kind of built, so he was fun to watch. Matter of fact, if you, like I said, if you get a chance with the NFL Network on cable, if you get a chance to watch it, they were highlighting Dante Culpepper this week, as well as Michael Vick. They showed a lot of old games from those two. Cam Newton out of Auburn, when he came to the Panthers, man, he was a beast, and he got the Panthers to the Super Bowl. That was their second Super Bowl appearance, but they, of course, didn't win. Oh, you said Reggie. You talking about Reggie, the minister from Reggie White, right? You talking about Reggie White, who played for the Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Great defensive man. Yeah, rest in peace. Awesome. Then you got Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's healthy now, and a lot of people were doubting him, and we're going to see how the Cardinals do this season. They're another team that never won a Super Bowl, so they've gotten close, but they've never won a Super Bowl. So I would like to see them win one, before in my lifetime. That'd be cool. Josh Allen for the Bills, now anybody can't tell me nothing. I was a Bills fan in the 90s. I would love them. First of all, you can get mad at that team for not winning a Super Bowl, but no one's ever went 4 times in a row. No one. Even Tom Brady didn't pull off that feat. Unfortunately, they lost all 4 Super Bowls, but no one can say that they've been 4 straight in a row. That was so impressive. That was so impressive to watch. And that team was so dominant. And one thing I did really love about that team was their hurry up offense. The hurry up offense was amazing. Like you couldn't counter it. They would just go. They already knew what they were going to do and just hike the ball and go. And they would tire out defenses, man. They would tire them out. So for all my Steeler fans, Cordell Stewart, aka Slash, he was a monster. He was fun to watch too. He was fun to watch. And that's all of the. Oh, and of course Lamar Jackson. Not going to deny Lamar Jackson that he is the future. He's what's happening now. So yeah. So that's my list of running quarterbacks. And like I said, I'm still learning this. I'm still trying to get this, a feel for this. I'm gonna have more to talk about, of course, when the season starts. So the shows will be longer and they'll have more substance. These are things that I was trying to just bring to the masses quickly. If you have any questions, oh wait, I'm supposed to say some shit like what they say. Oh, smash that like button and comment and subscribe. It's up to you. Yeah, like I said, so I'll have more content as we get closer to the season. We still have cut day coming. Still have cut day coming. Now, cut day, for those that don't know, all right, so it starts off in the beginning of the spring. Well, each team has about 100 players, basically, all trying out between even the draftees and, different players like that. And they're trying out, and then when the preseason starts, they'll start playing and everything, and then slowly but surely they'll whittle their teams down to 52 players. I want to say I'll be able to have a direct number, but I believe it's 52 players. So then then the season begins, and all of the people that were cut are sometimes brought onto the practice squad, or they're traded away to other teams, or they're straight cut. So there's trades, there's cuts, there's practice squad, and then there's that other one I forget. Oh, they waive you, but they still own your contract. So another team, when they say they'll pick you up off waivers, that's usually where they get you. And then the rest that don't make the NFL, they'll end up in spring ball over at the UFL, or they'll end up in arena ball, or a lot will go to Canada, and play up there to play in or semi-pro ball too. Semi-pro ball is cool. You got to look it up and see where your local teams play, and they do make a salary. They don't make a major salary. Like, they make about as much as you would make at a regular job, but they're entertaining too, because some of those guys still want to play, in the NFL. So they play really hard. So some of the games are good. That's how I feel about college. That's why I enjoy watching college, because they really want to get to the NFL. Their dreams are on the line. So I think the quality of football play is a lot better because of the heart. It's the same thing as watching the NBA. Nobody plays any defense. Nobody's really playing hard because they don't want to get hurt, because they want to stay playing and making money for as long as they possibly can. But that's why I like the college game, because the college game, that's all heart. That's all heart. That's how I played, like that. Like, I want to make a play on every play. I want to make a hit on every play. I want to catch every ball. I want to make every tackle. I want to get every sack. I want to do it. I'm gonna uh I'm gonna start making sure I follow, different stats of, like sacks and uh, um, interceptions, little things like that. Everything. Well, like I said, when we get closer to the season, I will be more in tune with doing this with you, as you will now be accustomed to my style, because I try to have a format. I really, really do. I do a lot of research, and then I realized all of this writing and all of this research I did goes away like that. So I don't mean for it to go that fast, but it just does. So, I thought that these shows would take longer, like about 2 hours, which is probably what's going to happen when the season starts. Because when I start talking about the games, the actual games, when they're played and before they're played, because there might be one game that pisses me off, because those days are coming, and and tell me what you feel. Like, tell me about the referees. Tell me about your team, that you think why your team is going to be the best team in the league this year. Tell me about what. Oh, there's been a lot of talk about the stadium qualities. So a lot of people are mad at the Giants stadium. They're saying MetLife Stadium is terrible. It has a lot of injuries, non contact injuries, which is bad. With have a bad ACL pull or MCL strain and things like that, because they're saying that turf is bad. And I mean, these things never happened when I played on natural grass. I always wanted to play on AstroTurf. I did, but I never got the chance to actually play on AstroTurf. So, uh, but I see a lot of these games where they got the turf, and then it's this fake grass, and they got these rubber pellets that are in the ground. I don't like it, and I think it ends up hurting people, but they'll figure this out. So we'll get it together. So yeah, like I said, when we start getting closer to the season, I will have more accurate stats. I will have more to talk about. And like I said, I'm big on rivalries. I am big on division games, division games slash rivalries. Some of the best division rivalries, like the Cowboys and the Washington Commanders, that is one of the oldest and best rivalries in football. The Steelers and the Browns, the Steelers and the Bengals, the Steelers and the Ravens, those are some iconic freaking devastating rivalries. Another one, the Green Bay Packers and the Bears. You know, geographically they're right next to each other, so it's crazy. So, you know, you might see a lot of Bears fans at the Packers game or Packers fans at the Bear game, but they get it in. And ever since Aaron Rodgers yelled out in Soldier Field, talking about I still own you, the Bears are mad. So I really hope that they have a good season. So the first time that they play each other, I'm going to be really hot on that, hype on watching that game. The San Francisco 49ers and the Rams. That's a good rivalry. The Falcons and the Saints. That's a good rivalry. Not as big as like the Cowboys and the Eagles. You know what I mean? Crazy. Uh, we don't like the Cowboys. True. We true. But it's not like we want to kill them. Like if you really want to talk about rivalries that the Giants have a rivalry with the 49ers, which goes back years that people don't even really think about. What other team that the Vikings have started to become a rivalry. Washington and Tampa Bay has started to become a rivalry. Uh, the Chiefs and the Raiders. That's a bad blood game. The Chiefs and the Chargers is a bad blood game. I like those games. Oh, Miami against the Patriots. That's a good rivalry too. That's a good rivalry. Uh, Damn, when I sit back and think about it, it's not really any real. I mean, if you just look at the NFC North, like the Lions, the Packers, the Vikings, and the Bears, nobody likes that division. Nobody likes each other in that division. So you can always get a good rivalry in that division. Yeah, the Vikings and the Packers. Yeah, yeah. And I forgot about that. Especially, and I mean, it really became a big deal when Brett Favre left the Packers, talking about he retired, and then he ends up a Viking, and almost got them to the Super Bowl. He did get them to the NFC Championship game. They ended up losing, and but yeah, the Green Bay Packers and the Vikings. That's a good rivalry too. It definitely is. I don't know. Like now, see, that's something. Let me write that down. Write that down because I'm gonna go back and look up some rivalries that are some interesting. Okay, see, other people ain't doing their jobs because now my tools are missing. So when things happen, I can. But these are all things we're gonna fix. I will make sure that my staff is up to par when I come back and I do this again, and we'll have everything righteous. Um, Let me give a shout out to my man, Mr. Tony Yayo. And I didn't know that Tony was a Baltimore fan, so that's good to know. Okay. Shout out to people with pens. A pen was just thrown at me. Go and Town Mama, Go Pack Go. You know, shout out to my man Arvell. He's out there somewhere. I think he's listening out there, and all is on. You know, she's up in the New York area. Uh, hey, what up, my man? back do you go as a Baltimore fan? When I say how far back do you go, are you as far back as when the Colts used to be in Baltimore? More of a youngin that's just all about the Ravens, which is cool. You know, as a Giants fan, like I said, the Giants used to play in New York. Now they play in Jersey. So, it's you have your team. Like I've yet to meet a Houston Oilers fan who loves the Titans. I can't stand that team. I didn't like the Houston Oilers. I don't like the Titans. That's the team I don't like. That comes from a rivalry of Buffalo Bills against Houston, and then Buffalo against Tennessee. And if anybody remembers the freaking Music City Miracle, I'll say that it was a lateral. They say it wasn't. Just like the Tuck rule, I say it was a Tuck rule. They say it wasn't. So all of these different things. But yeah, so like I said, we're gonna get this popping. We're gonna hey, rest in peace to my man Scott, Anthony Scott, out of Indianapolis. He was a big Indianapolis Colts fan, and I miss him dearly. We lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of people in the last year, since the COVID years, But now we're not here to be sad. We're not here to do nothing. Those people will always be with us in spirit. So, I think I'm gonna end it here because I really don't have anything more to talk about. Like I said, as soon as we get to the season, y'all couldn't get rid of me because I'm gonna be mad about either I'm gonna be mad about a lot of games or I'm gonna be happy about a lot of games. Not only that, I still haven't given y'all the football religion prayer, so I'm working on that. And we're gonna have a good time. This is gonna be a good season. So 2024, I want to say good luck to everyone's teams. Tell me about what y'all think about the Germany games. So we got a lot of Germany games this year. We also have a game in Brazil, which is the second that's going to be played on September 6th, Friday, September 6th in Brazil, between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles, which is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that game and see how they play in Brazil. And like I said, we got the Giants are playing the Carolina Panthers in England, in Great Britain, across the pond. You know how that go. So we got a lot of good things going on. A lot of things are happening, and I'm ready to see some of these teams and what they. Like I said, I'm really curious to see what the Chargers do under the new hardball regime. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do this season. The Seahawks, who are under new management, I'm looking to see what happens with them. The Commanders under new management, I'm waiting to see what happens with them. And last year, for every Cowboy on the team, we're gonna see what happens. And I'm curious to finally see Aaron Rodgers play for the fucking Jets. The dude got hurt after four plays and never saw him again. So now he's not in training camp. We don't know where he at or what he's doing. So we'll find out, I guess. And looking to see Russell Wilson this year. I hope he succeeds. Joe Burrow is mad, so I'm looking forward to that. And this will be the first season in a long time that the quarterback for the Browns, can't remember his name off the top of my head. Starts with a D. Yeah, signed the biggest contract in NFL history at the time. But he's finally healthy, and he's going to be playing this year. Finally, from the beginning of the season, to see how he does. He was the one that used to play for the Texans, and he got caught up in a whole bunch of allegations with massage therapists. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So other than that, thank you for tuning in on my impromptu show. You know, sometimes you just gotta keep your eye out because I never know when I'm gonna drop one of these shows. But I am trying to be consistent but I'm also learning. Like I said, I'm learning how to do this and try to get these things going. Thank you, Miss Town Mama. I appreciate that. You know, we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get these shows right, and we're gonna be a lot more organized and a lot more situated. You know, I got to get my. We're still under construction back here, so give me a minute to get that together. And you know, make sure you kiss your kids. Make sure you kiss your parents if you still got them. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And do what you love. But always remember, if you want to pray for anything, pray for your football religion. And with that, I bid you adieu. Ciao, Bella.